1899 Season 01 Episode 02 The Boy, Episode Discussion. Season 1 Episode 2, The Boy. Please keep all discussions about this episode or previous ones and do not discuss later episodes as they might spoil it for those who have yet to see them. What is that audio warbles? I thought it was just my TV. Also that last scene, damn with the TV screen. Looks like him calling in sick for work. The show reminds you to wake up for work. Jonah's back in Wyndon. EYK is Adam confirmed. So is the stranger her brother that she somehow didn't recognize. Also holy F, someone is watching them on TV. What the F, I have to go to bed but this damn show is like Nabi. Alternates theories on the stranger. He's her son. Funny that they brought the concept of a strange character just like Thief done it in Dark. Enjoying it so far. Yeah, Daniel very much gave me Stranger vibes. From a narrative structure perspective, he could very well be the same character, the mysterious stranger who shows up, has an agenda and has some idea what's going on more than the other characters but is also caught up in what's happening. By the same token, I'm convinced that Daniel and the boy are the same person. Somehow there's a moment where they look at each other which reminds me of how GT, Mikkel and Michael looked at each other in Dark Season 2. And we'll probably learn this midway through the season at the end of episode 4. Halfway through it, this is the second do I know you? These characters certainly do know each other but from before this memory erasal thing. WTF. I wasn't expecting it to end like that at all. And it's weird, it's only confusing BC they're all being watched but from those angles specifically. It's not like the dead kid or the triangle are some sort of device for them to observe the ship through or like there are hidden cameras. But they're all directly facing the camera. IDK how? Did you notice the story that Maura tells the boy? She made a point of being upset about having been watched when she thought she was alone. It made me think maybe they are all being watched. And then the TVS. Lucien's a 19th century Weabulmayo. With that last shot, I'm not quite sure about that 19th century. That made up story in the boiler room about the boy being the wolf who killed everyone, that's going to turn out to be sort of true, isn't it? So is the story the young girl told her pregnant sister about shadow people. I mean, he was locked inside the cabinet. Someone had to do it. Anyone else refused to see the captain? Anyone other than Jonas from Dark? It's so lovely having him on my screen again with the actor's stoic facial expression. Just realized that actor is in his 50s, damn. He looks like he's 35 but just had a really hard life. Like he got lost in time or some s. Yup, and he fits the tormented roles real good because of that. I want to hug him. Oh, I want to hug him, alright. I wonder if it's some sort of irony that the captain's family died in a fire while he spends his life surrounded by water. The elements definitely come into play here. The triangles we keep seeing are also alchemical symbols for the elements. Maura's locket had the symbol for water upside down triangle. The upside down triangle with a line is earth, main symbol of show, also seen in Clemence's earrings. Now I'm just keeping an eye out for air upright triangle with line and fire upright triangle without line. Edit. Wait, the telegram alternates the symbols for water and fire. I think Clemence is a key to some puzzle since she has the triangle earrings. Did anyone notice the scarab on Clemence's dress on the clavicle area? Maybe she has a trait or informant insider elements to her. I mean, they all do, but this stood out to me. The mysterious Daniel Solis is releasing scarabs to do shady things, so Clemence could be part of that team like the bug character from Naruto Shinobu. Maura, what's happening? Bellboy, they are not telling us a thing. But that's what you get when you have a bloody German running this ship's show. Jantjant Baron, yes. Is the Prometheus the future version of the ship? OMG. If that were the case, it kinda reminds me of the movie Triangle. I'm so excited to see the rest of the series. Great movie. That's the first time Triangle is brought up. 1899 reminds so strongly of it. So I'm guessing rich Spanish boy got whipped for being gay and hooking up with his butler and they ran away together. I hope he isn't just stringing the Dane boy around but being accused of just using people. Feels like something that will come back. Here's Guzman from Elite. Easily one of the best actors of that show and definitely worth a watch if you haven't. At least the first 2 seasons before it went downhill. I don't trust this F-Beetle one bit. Might need a quick update to fix all these glitches bugs. EYK is such an emotive actor, for sure gonna look for more movies and shows with him. EYK is truly a horrible captain, but I'm gonna feel bad for when he inevitably gets overthrown, even though he might be right somehow. He's a good captain but he doesn't communicate very well with his crew. Thoughts and observations. The mystery man is the lost brother. The TV screen scene happens in the late 60s 1970s. The songs White Rabbit Child in Time are a clue and are from this period. The French woman has triangle shapes on her earrings. The carpet near the end is the cross triangle symbol. The French woman also has bugs on her outfit. Someone give that poor sad probably gay Danish boy a hug. I get the idea when you are that poor you can't trust the kindness of rich people, but can't he just keep it? His sister was right though, rich guy would expect something in return. Maybe he just has a fetish for poor people. Why do I feel like that green bug and Mrs. Wilson SRE representation of each other? 25:40 virtually identical shot to the stranger WTF. Edit. Just finished the scene. Andreas is so good. Everyone is pretty good but yeah, Andreas is my favorite. With the picture above Spanish guy and his servant a lion and a lamb. The painting is The Wolf and the Lamb by Jean-Baptiste Audry. So let the guessing game start. Daniel is Morris' father, isn't him? That you seem familiar after 3 seasons of Dark and several rewatches. We know how these two think now, haha. Also I know Otter and Freeze love to play games with us, so I almost thought there was a lithography of the Emerald Table hanging in Morris' cabin, but it seems to be a pyramid yet again. That symbol is all over the place. As you all suggested already, I cannot shake the feeling they are all not quite there. I mean, there is no ship and all. And we were right, Ramiro was Portuguese and I saw that kiss coming from miles away, haha. I haven't actually paid attention that the triangle sign was also in the moquette. The TVS at the end with a fire on the back. This is getting more insane by the minute and I love it. Yes, I think Daniel is her father. At the beginning of the first episode, Maura says, "Father, I know what you're doing with the ship," but then says he erased her memory. Maura said something interesting. That story she told of her dad leaving her in the woods, she said something along the lines of, "He took away the feeling that I finally wasn't being watched." Now she and others are clearly being monitored from somewhere. It occurred to me after finishing this episode that we're assuming that 1899 is the year, but that's not necessarily true. 1899 could represent something else. I am a little worried that it could be like room 1899, where someone is committed for insanity and they're being evaluated and this is their imagined reality, but yeah, it's pretty clear to me it's not necessarily the anachronistic screens concern me because we could go way down the rabbit hole with all sorts of weird stuff. I'm up for it so long as the payoff treats the characters right and doesn't cheat the narrative. Maura does repeat to herself, "Today is the 19th of October 1899 at the start." Doesn't mean it's fact, of course. She might be confused herself. After the second episode, M100 getting lost vibes from it. A large group of people from different walks of life with secrets from the past running away from their original location towards their destination, all stuck in one place with a supernatural force in place. Even the screens at the end of the ep calls to mind the surveillance cameras that were shown in later seasons of Lost. Enjoying it so far. I hope it doesn't drag too much before we start getting more action. Everyone could have seen that hookup between Ramiro and the Spanish guy from 8 nautical miles away, lol. Edit typos.